Hey, I am Rafał. Welcome back to the channel. This is my review of KTM 890 Adventure R after 3 years and 27,000 kilometers. Most of the reviews are, after just a few hours or few maybe days of riding by the journalist, but this is like the owner's review after such a long time and a pretty long distance. So I will cover some of the topics like were there any issues? Were there any failures? Spoiler alert, there was none. What kind of mods did I did to the bike? How was it performing over those 3 years? Would I buy it again if this bike were stolen today? And what were my overall impressions and why I'm recording this? It is because this bike is out for sale. If you would ask me 2 weeks ago if this bike is for sale, I would definitely say no. But a certain deal came around and I decided to pull a trigger on it. So a new bike is already in my garage. This one is up for sale. So number one, did this bike met the expectations that I had, and I think it exceeded my expectations. I bought it as an adventure bike. I bought it for long distance traveling. I bought it for the long distance traveling, including off-road riding, and the bike performed flawlessly. This bike has the full tech package. It means it has the rally mode and that you can select the traction control level from 1 to 9, I guess. This is a function that I have not used that much in the history of using this bike, but whenever I was in trouble, like got into the mud or into the sand, I immediately reduced the traction down to maybe number 3 or number 2, and then I was able to get out of the trouble. So that tech pack really worked for me. The tech pack also included the quick shifter that works flawlessly. It also includes cruise control. This is not a dynamic cruise control, this is a stable cruise control, but when doing long distance travel, that is really relaxing to be able to take your right hand off the throttle and give it like a little rest. So definitely I would not imagine having another bike for long distance travel without cruise control. This is really, really useful. So, did it meet my expectations? Yes. Yes, and I was super happy with it for the last 3 years. There was nothing wrong with the bike. Nothing has failed on me. It never refused to start the engine. It never refused to, work as intended. In terms of wear and tear, is there anything that surprised me after those 3 years about some parts maybe going out too quickly? Not really, not really. So even the chain and both sprockets after 27,000 kilometers are still in a good shape. Interestingly, I was barely adjusting the chain tension for the first 15,000 or 16,000 kilometers. It was still in spec. But after the recent trip we took to through Patagonia, I started adjusting the chain every 2,000 kilometers. So now this is an ongoing process. But overall, the chain cleaned and lubricated frequently works really well. As of those parts that could have gone used during that time. I have only replaced the tires once. It was about 10,000 kilometers ago, only because I was going for that long trip through Chile and Argentina. So I replaced the OEM tires with exactly the same set because those tires really suit this bike well for this kind of adventure riding. Not heavy hardcore enduro riding, but regular adventure riding. Those tires were really, really good, so I decided to get another set of those. Besides that, everything else is on the bike it came from factory with just a few modifications that I did. Number one, the skid plate out of the KTM factory power parts catalog. Same with racing foot pegs. These are much longer and wider than the factory ones, and they do not have the rubber inside. I still find it more comfortable to ride with those foot pegs than those smaller ones with the rubber in it. I replaced the handguards from those clumsy plastic ones. Those are also from the KTM catalog, but these are basically bark busters. Okay, I also have a protection from KTM for the headlight. And I guess this is it. The other mods are minor. Yeah, from the technical point of view, there is a twin air filter and twin air pre-filter, and the battery is replaced for the lithium one. It is a bit lighter. The bike starts without any issues in the morning. So these are the only mods that I introduced to the bike. I was never tempted to change the exhaust because I like quiet exhaust. This one is really nice, and especially with this air filter from Twin Air, the sound got some character after replacing the factory air filter. Overall, the bike performed well as expected. Again, never let me down. If this bike were stolen today, would I get another one like this exactly? I would say yes. I would say yes. So the level of confidence is really high. So, you know, there is a lot of rumor about the reliability of KTMs and the 890s, but I had zero problems, zero challenges. I never even had a flat tire on this bike, so maybe I'm lucky, but this is the truth, and this is how it was. So yeah, again, fantastic bike. I am only selling this because of this other kind of opportunity that came out, and I absolutely recommend KTM 890s as a platform. Great bike for all of the adventures. This one was in Morocco, it was in Chile, Argentina, many rides around Poland. It was my daily commuter, so I was using this really heavily and regularly. But the time of this bike is probably up. So this is my final kind of visit to KTM 890. If you would have any questions about how everything performed over those 3 years, please let me know. Ask your questions in the comments. But overall, good bike, great engine, fantastic tech pack. And, you know, some say that this bike really delivers in terms of, you know, emotions, in terms of power, in terms of, you know, just enjoyment of the ride. Absolutely agree. I am fully aware that I have never used it for the full potential of it. It was you know, for me, it was just a regular riding, no jumping, no fooling around. But also in this kind of adventures, it was a reliable partner. All right, so this is it. This is a very short video just to say goodbye to the KTM 890. And yeah, the new bike is on the horizon. All right, thank you for watching. See you next time. Buy 890. It was a good bike. I really enjoyed it. All right, time to go. Cheers.